Hello, this is the one episode rule, and I had something to say, but my throat is actually like closing up on me right now, and it's distracted me.
That's my forced joke.
It's getting very dark.
He's fading away.
It's getting very dark. No, I just have some junk in my throat, so I'm going to mute and make a variety of horrifying noises. Would y'all like to introduce yourselves?
What an amazing fucking opening. Okay.
I'm really proud that we immediately induced a panic attack in our host.
Anyway, I'm Blackall.
It's not even that. I just have a bunch of phlegm in my throat.
Even better.
Anyway, I'm Blackall. I wasn't here last week, but I'm here now, and you're not going to get rid of me.
Oh, welcome back.
Unless you tell me to leave, and then I'll
No,
No,
we're
stay.
glad to have you back.
I missed you, Blackall.
Missed you. Hi, I'm Joey. I don't have anything fun to say about myself. Yeah, that's me.
Strong start. Hi everybody. I'm Emma, and this week, in the span between last episode and this episode, I started watching The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
That's a good one.
Oh,
I think
It's hot. It's intense.
What on earth is this?
it's a fucking weird one, isn't it?
It is a very, very, very weird show. I feel like even it was like huge in like 2006, and even to like try to summarize it would be a spoiler almost. I guess the best thing that I could say is it is about a boy named Kyun who joins.
Worst luck.
who just bad things happen to him. He joins one of his classmates, Haruhi Suzumiya, starts a school club based around meeting robots and extraterrestrials and time travelers, because she believes that if she starts a club, she will find them.
They must come.
oh,
And that's
I actually have that on a disc about a foot to my right. And in the way of all early 2000s anime, it is in fact inscribed on a blank CDR with Haruhi Blue written on it in Sharpie.
Hell yes.
I feel
I
like
don't know how many episodes are on. My computer no longer even has an optical drive hooked up.
Fuck.
that makes me. That reminds me of all the times when I was in growing up and like burning shit to optical discs. Like when I downloaded all of Hell's Moving Castle through YouTube, like 10-minute clips, and then
Holy shit.
stitched it all together in Windows Movie Maker, and then burned it.
Just
to
like Miyazaki intended.
Exactly.
Wow.
This is how they do the getting a lot of echo somewhere. This is how they do the fucking Criterion Collection like remasters. Is they just fucking load it into Movie Maker, and then they add a few filters, and then that's it.
I'm not gonna cut it out this time so that I can make this point. Blackall, if you call out the echo verbally, it just means that when I cut out the echo, I have to cut out you calling it out.
I know.
So we're gonna leave all of it in.
You're okay. We're making it into a big thing, I feel like.
we're professionals.
I would like to go back and say another thing about Haruhi. When we first like pitched this podcast to each other, folks, I really, really wanted to do Haruhi because I thought it'd be a fun thing to be like, we watched the first episode, but which one? Because Haruhi very famously aired. The broadcast order and the chronological order of the show are different. And so you can either watch it in the order that it was aired, or you can watch it in like the sort of officially accepted, like this is the order of the episode's events. I've been watching it in broadcast order.
I hope that someone lost their job for that oversight.
Just
Yeah, that totally complete accident. But yeah, it was that was one of my ideas. I was like, oh, we should do Haruhi, and then we could watch both first episodes. It turns out that they're both the same episode. That the first episode in the broadcast order is the first episode chronologically.
Also, I've seen almost all of it, so I would have to be dead for this to work.
Well,
well,
that can be arranged.
Get it over with already.
Well,
Wow.
Get on with it then.
What's that? What was that? What you're gonna do? What are you gonna do on winter break from the 30s thing, where the guy's just like, "I'm going straight to hell and not coming back."
That's this
God.
podcast.
Yeah,
right.
this is our descent into hell.
Well, I've got some stuff to talk about. I've got some anime news. Got a little bit of anime news. One of these is essentially just a joke, but and it is that what is today? Yeah, it's today. Today they announced for the remaster of Tokyo Mirage Sessions, the Fire Emblem RPG Persona thing that they're gonna put onto the Switch, is gonna have new content. It's going to apparently have new songs and such. No word on whether or not they're re-adding the vagina bones. Next,
God fucking
you know why I picked it.
stupid, kill you.
God.
Next up, Death Note has apparently released a fragrance line, which is
Interesting.
Hello.
odd.
Is there a potato chip flavor?
Flavor is an interesting thing for fragrance.
You don't drink perfume?
Put that right on my tongue.
I like
there.
to chug.
Anyway,
I'm excited to finally live my lifelong dream of being able to smell El Lawlight.
so
What, you mean like stale candy and like and
Yeah.
BO?
So
Just put my nose right in there.
well, let's see what the fragrances are. There's apparently
Please,
going to be
I'd love
six,
to go through this.
six new fragrances up for grabs, and the new line are Light Yagami, which apparently has top notes of bergamot, coriander, and clary sage with undertones of patchouli and musk. A,
Yeah,
scent,
that sounds right.
a scent for a proper young man, but with an undercurrent of darkness.
Yeah, I think I would describe Light Yagami as a musky puppy.
Ryuk, this is a interesting pull that you've decided to assign a smell to a mythological being that is a ghost. But
Is it just fire and brimstone?
Ryuk is top notes of apple and bergamot with mid notes of mimosa and cedarwood with musk
That's
undertone.
fun.
Bright and friendly with hidden dark notes.
That's really fun. I
L
like that.
L is cotton flower and ozone with notes of white rose, gardenia, and amber.
These all sound like dead on. I'm really excited, actually.
I forgot Misa Mane was a character.
I mean, you forgot about Misa? She's the worst. She's not the worst. I do like Misa a lot, but
Berries and
damn.
fruit with a hint of jasmine and macaron.
Can I tell you guys my
Oh.
Death Note secret?
And nobody cares about
Sure.
Near and Mellow.
My Death Note secret is that I never watched. Well, first of all, I never watched Death Note, which isn't too bad. But
You've never seen Death Note?
no, I've never seen the animated series of Death Note.
Yeah,
But
go
what
on.
I did watch was the was the live action version, not the one
God.
made by Netflix, mind you. I mean the ones that were made like in the early 2000s by like I don't know what fucking company. But they were pretty good actually.
Are they the Japanese ones?
Yes, the Japanese ones.
I never saw those.
That's
I'm
my
not-
only exposure to Death Note are those two movies.
I mean, I haven't seen them either, but I've heard that they're actually really, really good.
Yeah, they're probably fine.
So I don't get like any of the other references to like any of the
That's-
other parts in the
That's
media.
okay.
It's
Um,
fine.
Mellow is. I like Mellow. I don't really care that much about Nier.
I feel like whenever people talk about Death Note, I feel like I'm like at the water cooler at work and people are talking about Westworld and I'm like, You mean the original 1970 movie, Westworld?
With Yul Brynner? That movie's great.
I don't have Netflix at home.
It's okay.
I've got one last little piece of news. If you'll let me get through it.
Okay.
And then we'll unleash the hounds. This is just an interesting thing. Katakawa has apparently run a survey to ask Japanese anime fans to pick their most anticipated TV anime in winter of 2020. And I just thought this would be interesting to see whose leavings we're picking at, because that's how this business works.
Mm-hmm.
So what Japanese fans want is what gets made. So let's see. What's the number one is they want to see Hakyu. They want to see more of that volleyball thing.
Haikyuu.
It is misspelled in front of me.
Oh, have fun.
They want more certain scientific railgun. They want more.
No
of that.
idea what that's about.
That's the one with the
The
girl
railgun?
from-
Thanks.
The girl. No, it's the one with the girl from the gifts. That's just like, here's why you're wrong, or whatever it is.
Oh.
They want more Madoka.
Who doesn't?
This one looks dumb. Holy shit!
Yeah?
This looks like oh my god! This looks like an isekai. That's fucked up. I don't like that.
Uh-oh.
What's an isekai?
I don't like. Yeah, what is an isekai?
Like,
No, I mean,
like
I know what an
Sonic
isekai
X
is.
or,
No, I mean, I know what an isekai is. I've been exposed to one recently, but I mean,
Like
apologize. Oh, it just like visually appears. Is this the Madoka sequel? Or
Yeah, this is gonna be a Monica side story. But Maguka.
Madoka?
Oh, they're gonna make. Hey, guess
Represent.
what? They're gonna make a sequel to Isekai Quartet, a series I could
What?
not bring myself to watch because it is too much. There is too much. I am drowning in Isekai.
I am too. I think we all are. I think I want to be airlifted from this universe and placed into a different universe that doesn't have as much isekai.
Yeah,
And,
I, think
I
you
would
have
like to leave the isekai. I want to get
it's
off
too
Mr.
much.
Isekai's wild ride.
And number 5 is Heya Camp, which I am familiar with.
Yeah.
And then
Don't-
they didn't bother to make big listings for the rest of them, so a lot of them are in Japanese, and I can't say them with any confidence.
It's okay.
There's some pretty funny English titles on here when they bother to put one, though. Like Sorceress Stabber Orphan,
Oh,
number 9.
easy,
Amazing.
easy.
Well, that's a new twist on Oliver Twist. I'll tell you what.
Number 13 is
Wow.
Toilet Bound Hanako-kun.
Oh, that's
Hello?
Is that a yokai?
Number 15 is Doro Hedoro, which I actually know what it is.
me. Fuck yes! I'm so excited for the Dorohedoro anime. We gotta watch it.
Apparently, some people there are also pumped.
Some people.
Good.
Drifting Dragons, which sounds like a number of things. It sounds like a flavor of incense.
It sounds like a roller coaster at like Busch Gardens or something.
It sounds like a Tuca and Birdie type show about two dragons who are just high all the time.
It sounds like the latest flavor of vape mix designed to poison you.
Yeah.
God.
Drifting dragons.
But I don't know. It's probably not going to be that.
Let's get pneumonia.
Let's get pneumonia.
Yeah.
Let's get pneumonia.
Yeah.
Black, get us an anime.
All right. So I'm going to run the script that picks a random anime from the list. Oh, shit. I did not do this right. Head dash N1. Okay. Tales of Little Women season 1. No, let's run this again. Oh, here's something interesting. Bubblegum Crash season 1.
Would you say that again?
Bubblegum Crash season
Okay.
1.
Okay, good.
That's not what I heard the first time.
Not yeah.
Sure, let's roll the dice. grim darkness of the future, even the AD police can't handle the boomer threat.
The boomers
Boomer.
are back, everybody.
Oh
Can't
God.
handle
I had
this.
forgotten. I had forgotten that this was a bubblegum joint, and thus related to the AD police, and thus related to the boomers. And every time they mentioned it, I just started to freak out.
I literally laughed extremely loudly every time they said, "Is
They're
your
just-
boomer run down?"
Get them some cybercoon.
I am neither human nor boomer.
That's the best.
Are we?
That's me.
Are we human or are we boomer?
That might be the
Oh
episode
my
title.
God. It was very
God.
funny.
Revive your
Check.
boomer.
You gotta revive them with cybercoon.
God.
They're gonna they're gonna
Oh,
they're gonna steal the boomer brain.
So I think first of all, I think we just need to make it clear. This episode that we watched, this one episode that we watched, was 40 fucking minutes.
Yeah, this
or
was
it might have been 45 fucking minutes,
45,
but the
I
last
think.
5 minutes was credits.
yeah, this was
Yes.
like a direct to video animation sort of
Yeah.
deal that they used to do that they don't do too much anymore. So yeah, each episode's like a short film.
Yeah.
because when
Yeah.
we first went into it, I was like, "Oh, this is a short series. It's only 3 episodes long." But little did I know.
Were you watching
It-
it like split into parts on YouTube or something?
No, I mean, I it was just an episode, like a regular.
Right.
But I didn't look at the timestamps.
I am a little concerned with broken our rule here because
How do you mean?
Holy
well,
shit!
I mean,
have-
it's not technically an episode of AD Police, but it's the same universe and virtually the same shit.
Emma,
So-
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Just let's just can we please,
Okay.
Emma?
No,
I know that we
I'm
may here. Okay, sit down. Thank you.
All right.
I just want to
Sitting.
tell you something. I know that sometimes the
hang on. Sorry, there's
institution.
something under me. I have to. Is it? Where's Blackle? Why Blackle? Why
Yeah.
do you have your garlic press in here? You should. It's not. You need to. Okay. I'll just. Can we take this conversation to the kitchen? I'm gonna scrub this out for you, and I'll put it in the cabinet.
Emma, I'm moving, so sometimes I have to take my
Ye-
my furniture
Yeah.
to
No.
work.
I
for,
mean, I
like-
understand. It's just you. It's just unsanitary, and this is.
Wow.
I mean, this is the place where I sit down when you have to tell me bad things on our podcast.
Listen,
so-
Emma. Listen, Emma. This institution, we don't always follow the rules, okay? And you need to deal with that.
I'm gonna be real. I kind of zoned out in the middle of this bit, and I'm really.
Okay, all right. I'm washing the garlic press. What were you gonna say to me?
I've forgotten. Do you
God,
want
this
some
smells
garlic?
bad.
I just wanted to say that today we have broken our rule. That's fine.
Yes.
We
Wait,
happens.
what
But
rule did
we haven't
in
broken.
doing
no,
so-
no.
Listen,
Well,
listen, and
no
I just
rule
want to
has
say
been
this can be
broken.
liberating for us. This can be
No
liberating
rules were broken.
because maybe
It
okay.
was-
Listen,
Well,
listen.
AD Police and Bubblegum Crash are both part of Bubblegum Crisis, and I would argue that we have watched a second episode of Bubblegum Crisis.
So here's what
I
I'm trying to say, guys.
I refute this
We may
argument.
have broken a rule.
We didn't.
We don't know if we may have. That's why I'm saying we may have. That's the operative word here. We may have broken a rule.
Well, I'm saying we
But what I
didn't.
want to say is that this is
rules.
liberating. This is liberating. This is we're opening the floodgates, and next week we're going to watch the first episode of season 2 of Little Women.
Shit.
We watched
Little harder.
fucking hand touchers or whatever.
Well, yeah, but
Like,
we
but
never
didn't
watched.
watch the first.
Yeah, we didn't
season.
watch hand. Wait, shit. What is the real?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
We
I can
watched
only
the
think of
second
hand touchers
series.
now. We
the
watched
real thing.
I know.
It's
Real
Wise
Apostrophe
or something.
Z.
Or whatever.
Okay,
was
well-
the
that's
name.
what it's
But we
called.
but we did actually factually watch AD Police, which is in the same universe as this, and
Oh,
I mean, I gotta
shit,
tell you, I
forgot-
didn't pay a ton of attention to this, but it felt like it was basically the same.
I kind of
Alright.
forgot that y'all did that. Like I wasn't here, so
That's
I
true.
did not catch that actually.
God, this podcast is a fucking disaster, and I'm living for it.
Oh my
This is a
god.
Michael, what have
disaster.
you done? And I realize you did that in the service of one joke too, which is
What?
because
Telling you that we're going to watch Little Women season 2 next time?
you just wanted to get to the Little Women bit.
You just wanted to get the Little Women bit. Here's your garlic press, by the way.
We have in no way broken a rule because I am the big rat that makes all of the rules, and I have decided that we haven't broken a rule.
Okay. Well,
I got my ass stuck in the garlic press.
yeah.
Hmm.
I got my ass pressed by garlic. Okay.
This is a fucking nightmare.
Anybody got a blurb for this anime we watched?
Yeah, I was looking for a blurb, and then I got sidetracked by whatever the fuck this
I got
is.
sidetracked because I had to do the dishes.
Here, let me get you the blurb from Hoopla, presented to you by Toronto Public Library. Okay, I'll read it to you. I'll read out the blurb. Cybernetically augmented soldiers stage a series of bank robberies to divert attention from their plan to attain computer chips that will make them invincible. Set in Mega Tokyo in 2034, this 3-part series contains violence and strong language.
Thank God. Mega Tokyo is maybe the worst part.
It's always Mega Tokyo.
I wasn't expecting this fucking blurb to end with a notice about the fucking content of the. It contains violence and strong language. Okay, how do I say this?
I've got some news for y'all.
Yeah.
I've got some news for you RPG enthusiasts because I had popped onto the Wikipedia page to find us a blurb before Blackle did. And I did notice that in the other media section that our Talzorian Games, makers of Cyberpunk, created a Bubblegum Crisis role-playing game.
Holy shit.
Oh.
I'm going to pass out.
I can't think of a TTRPG that I've wanted to play less since Fatal.
Well, I mean, there's, I don't want to talk about Reichstar. Anyway.
Well, that's
Listen,
fair.
okay.
I don't want to talk
Maybe we
about
should-
Fatal, really.
Maybe we should quickly hash out what happened in this episode,
Sure.
which perhaps should have been 20 minutes long instead of 40 minutes. But
I
you
was
know.
literally, that was
Been.
like one of the only notes that I wrote was like, this could have been 15 minutes long.
It could have been.
Yeah, it should have been.
Well, I'm not gonna dunk on it as hard as y'all because I found things that were appealing in it.
Listen, Magpie, I'm with you. I didn't hate this as much as I think some people on this podcast are hating it.
I actually found it to be much more enjoyable than AD Police Files, which I found to be miserable.
Jury's out.
Next say,
Let's,
jury's out.
Jury's out. So let's hash out what happened, right? So
Yeah.
we start out with with my favorite character, Bogard.
Yeah, Bogard, why?
Well,
Why'd they
I
kill
literally-
Bogard.
That affected me in a way that I can't
It
really
did.
fully describe. But I liked Bogard, and now he's
Yeah.
gone.
And then
Was that
Bogart,
the
Yeah.
robot?
yes.
Yes, that was the robot guard at the bank who died
I-
like 3 minutes after being
Instantly.
given a name.
I didn't
Bogart
like
is the
him.
only good boomer.
He was upsetting to look at. I'm sorry.
His-
All of the robots were
Listen.
kind of upsetting to look at.
I liked them. I
He
found them
did.
slightly.
He did look a little bit like the space robot from Scooby Doo, but
Or
He looked
cute.
like
I'm
he
thinking
looked
of cute.
like if you took like a Ken Barbie doll and spray painted it silver.
And added glowing red eyes
Yeah.
with like goggle.
I love Bogart. I want Bogart to I don't know what I want Bogart to
I don't-
do, but it's
I
not
don't
going to be.
know.
I'm not going to say it on
I
this
don't know that I'm
podcast.
ready to hear what you want Bogart to do.
Well, Joey, your eyes would glow red too if somebody shot you in the face.
I mean, they did that before, though.
All right.
So this anime was a cyberpunk anime that
Mhm.
takes place in the retro futuristic future of what people in the 80s would imagine 2034 to be like.
Mhm.
And so we have got the chunky technology. We've got people still using landline phones. We've got fucking like giant 80s hair, and we've got just it's just amazing, and I kind of love it.
I
gonna
did
pull-
actually like the aesthetic. That was one of my like things that I liked about this. Like,
The aesthetic was
aesthetic
real good.
was good.
Mhm.
Also, I spotted a building not even that far in the background that just said "piss" on the side of it.
I did too.
Holy
I took a
shit.
screenshot of it because I was like, "Oh my god!"
I saw it and I had to run it back, and I was just like, "It didn't say that," and it's just like, "Yes, it did."
Yeah,
I ran it back and I took a screenshot. It's not even like a background building. This is the building where they're having coffee,
Yeah,
and that maid robot comes by and gives them just ground up coffee beans
All
instead
right,
of coffee.
hang on. I'm triangulating the position. I'm trying. Let me find an address for the Piss Cafe. Hang on. Piss Cafe, Japan.
No,
I miss Piss.
Oh
thing?
dear. Oh goodness.
it's gone.
Emma,
So
Emma,
don't.
listen. You've just made the search. Google, first of all, thought that maybe something was interesting about you because I probably searched up Juden-chan at some point a while ago, and now you've just searched up
No,
Piss
you
Cafe
just searched
Japan.
Piss Cafe.
Your search history is broken now. You're gonna have to get a new account, I think.
Dang.
You're gonna have to get a new identity. I would burn your social insurance card and just like start over.
I'll burn my social insurance card, the thing that we have in America, and
So anyway, I'm gonna
I'll
quickly
start all over.
knock out what
All right.
this whole episode is. Whole episode is
Okay.
basically some dudes in mecha, like human-sized mecha, like power suits, are committing the loudest bank robberies known to man.
Mhm.
It's remarkably straightforward in that they just explode the wall of the bank and go inside and take all the money.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But anyway, the local police, the AD police, as opposed to the normal police, which makes the normal police have to be like super pathetic in this universe.
Yeah.
They're just like
We haven't even
they're just
seen
like
them.
it's literally all they are like police enforcer, like parking enforcement.
They're
That's
all-
all they do.
They are all Don Knotts. But
They're all pulp art.
I keep trying.
That's the normal police.
I keep trying to pass out tickets, but there's all these boomers.
Damn.
um.
Surrounded.
So anyway, the regular special hyper police can't deal with them.
Mhm.
The first part of the episode basically follows their inability to deal with this shit. And then they slowly start introducing the actual protagonists, who appear to be retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's basically a slow getting the band back together episode until at the very end they have a fight with the
bank robbers.
bank robbers who turn out to be like horrible cyborgs. They're
Mhm.
just cheap.
Yeah.
To quote them, they're just cheap boomers without their suits.
They're
Fuck.
not even like robbing the banks for the money. Turns out they're like trying to get like robot parts.
They're
For
trying to
some
Make
reason.
steal.
themselves more robot-y.
They're trying to
Yeah.
steal this
I-
advanced AI.
I do want to point out that I don't know about yours, but in my version that I watched, this dub chose to translate it as Voomers with a V.
Oh,
Nice.
good. We have disparity because I watched one
Uh-oh.
that was completely different.
Yeah, mine's
Good.
You guys, I did not watch the dub. I watched subs.
Oh, good.
Oh, I watched.
What a
subs,
disaster.
Okay, fucking.
Okay,
Can
so
we
what do
get
we
it
got?
together?
So I watched English subs that said boomer.
Too. Yep, I watched English.
Yeah,
subs
mine
that
did
said
too.
Boomer.
Okay, so it's just Emma that's
Okay.
out.
I watched an English dub that said Voomer. And the voice,
Voomer.
man, half my notes were about how bad the English voice acting was. I'm sad now.
We're gonna have to compact that into its own section. You're gonna have to regale us with the
Yeah.
tales of that. Let's get some of our shit out of the way then, before we dig into that layer cake.
Sure.
Before that, first of all, I will say there were some oddities within the voice acting in the Japanese too. So
Oh, good.
Yeah.
some
Chotto!
oddities.
Good. I'm
I
glad
actually
to
really-
hear.
I really like Nene because she just goes Chotto all the time.
Chotto.
Chotto!
Wait a minute.
I like how the whole time they were talking about what was it, the Night Saber? And for the longest time I was like, what the fuck is Night Saber? And I was like, is that like their superhero crew or like their fucking band or something? And like they really like
Turns out it's
followed.
both.
Yeah. So it turns like I was basically like to build on what Magpie said, this is getting a band back together thing, but instead of a band, it's a fucking mercenary crew.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Which is kind of awesome in a way. And I think my general idea of this anime is it's basically Sailor Moon, but they're mecha pilots.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they pilot like sexy lady mecha. There's a like
And I'll get to the sexy lady mecha stuff later.
Yeah,
because it did have an effect on me.
yeah, there's a bizarre level of sexual dimorphism in the mecha in this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, God.
Whereas
Like-
one of them is like skin tight, vaguely Gundam like suits, and then the other is fucking mech warrior.
It's like a goddamn tank that has legs.
Yeah.
I like how the boomers also have this sexual dimorphism in a funny way. Like the fucking maid boomer, which like gave the dude coffee grounds, and then the guy walks over and is like, sorry, when this is messing up, opens up her tits and then coffee grounds pours out. And I'm like, that happens to me too. My tits leak coffee grounds as well. Don't worry.
She just straight up had
Okay.
a coffee pot inside too. It wasn't even any more complex than that, which is great.
She just had a coffee machine in her.
Yeah.
But then all the dude boomers you see are just like what was the deal with the ones at the end? They were like 7 foot tall and had these horrible laser cannons in their mouths.
They just threw them out there and then immediately disposed of them. I don't know what they were for.
I think those dudes were supposed to be the other mecha pilots that they defeated right before then, crawling out of their suits.
But why are they so big?
I don't know.
So weird.
It's anime. Why is anything anything?
Why is anybody anything?
Let's talk about
that's a good
let's talk about how I liked all of the main characters and none of the side characters.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. I liked the little himbo guy who was, which I don't know if you guys know who I'm talking about, and I don't know if it's right to call him a himbo,
The
but I
main
just saw him
cop
sitting in the
Or
car.
the secondary cop.
The second cop named Daly.
Yeah,
Oh, I've got a
okay.
screenshot
Oh,
of him to remind you.
The chill
This
guy.
fucking dude just like chilling in the
Yeah.
car.
He's just like, hey, what up? He's just like, hey, what up? I got a bolo tie.
He looks like if you turned Alvin and the Chipmunks into a dude.
It's just like I'm a policeman.
Look at him. Look at those eyes.
He's having
God.
he's having a good time. He enjoys
He
his
is.
work.
He was the only member of the police that I liked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
And we're only
Hey,
two.
Cab, except for this guy.
There were two, but then there were also the other guy who was like this chipmunk man's partner was mean to the robot lady, and I didn't like that very much. And also, he sounded
Yeah.
like shit in the English dub.
He wasn't that mean in the subs. He was just like, why did you try and feed me coffee grounds?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, no, he was like, oh, she's a piece of garbage, and one day they'll replace us. And I was like, uh-oh. Oh,
That's
geez.
not what he
weird.
said in the dub. That's not
That's
what he
not
said in the
what he
sub,
said.
rather.
That's
Yeah,
a
well,
weird.
they made him into a real.
That's
a
a weird.
real
Thanks for that
Yeah.
interpretation of Americans.
Yeah, thank you for that real cool blood and oil guy. Thank you.
God.
But yeah, so I didn't like him, and then all the other cops were mean men when they
Yes.
briefly appeared and just were being, ADAB.
Just like in real life.
You know.
That's weird. They were, the cops were all mostly just sort of regular in the
Pretty
subs.
neutral. I like
Wow.
they did have like a cop propaganda video in the middle. It was just
Mhm.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
It was kind of funny.
It was a step.
It reminded me of Starship Troopers.
Oh god, I was about to say it was a step off Starship Trooper.
Yeah. Like mines. Did anyone notice that the animation is really bad?
Yeah, a lot of the time. The animation is bad mostly for anybody who isn't one of the main 4 girls.
Even the main
The
four
80s,
girls,
man.
there was like one part
They
where she
talk
was
badly.
singing. She was singing, and it's like there were two cells that they were swapping between, and one like they didn't color in the lines, and the other one like there was some like very apparent continuity errors between these two frames, and they just kept flicking back and forth between them.
Yeah, they did a lot of mouth flapping.
Yes.
On the pro side, I really liked all of the girls, and they also impressively chose a new outfit damn near every scene.
Yeah, that was funny.
It's true.
They were all pretty good looks.
I liked the girls. I said a silent prayer to anyone who could hear me to thank them that they did not try to translate the Japanese song in the English dub. They just kept the Japanese, because listen, folks, nothing snipes me faster than bad translation of Japanese songs, and then like where they force the English voice actor to sing this really horrible song they've written.
Like it doesn't like the cadence doesn't even work in English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's they did that in Haruhi, and I'm thinking about it, and it's making my skin do jump ropes.
Let's see.
Oh God.
What's my what are my notes here?
I love the 80s hair of all the girls. I love their hair.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love all the styles. The fucking giant 80s hair is so fucking good.
Everything about their character design was great.
Yes.
Let's see. Boomers were introduced at the very beginning of the episode as Boomers, the Assemblers of Prosperity, which I think is
Well,
that's a very Dwarf Fortress name for them.
Yeah. I loved all the city pop in this.
Yeah, there was a lot.
The music was kind of like really good.
Well, it was coming off the end of that era, so
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that was another thing I liked pretty good.
Us,
was the music.
Us
Mhm.
weeaboos and video game people have like a bizarre affection for City Pop, and I think it's because it just inspired all of the music that went into the shit we watched when we were kids
True.
or
Yeah.
played, so on and so forth.
What were the bad guys called in your version?
I can't remember. I think they were called like the oh man, what
They
were
were
they called?
called
The
the
illegal army?
They were called the Illegal,
Illegal
Army.
Army.
Yeah.
First word uncapitalized, second word capitalized.
How fun. Okay.
What was yours called?
No, I mean, they were called the Illegal Army. I was just hoping that the original Japanese wasn't something so fucking stupid.
No, it's real dumb.
It is pretty well, I mean like in AD Police, the original Japanese is like please leave, normal police.
The
Yeah.
regular
AD police
you
is here,
of
right?
the regular police.
Ugh, the regular
Regular.
police. It was bad to hear many English voice actors say with complete seriousness, "We are the illegal army." There's nothing
Yeah.
you can do to stop the illegal army.
You can't.
Yeah.
Were
Or
they-
I think my favorite one was like one of the girls was like, "I hate that dang illegal army."
God.
So much.
I mean, yeah, same.
So much for the crime navy.
Okay, can I get into what I wanted to like say, which really struck me? So even though I know this is garbage, this anime is like not well made, like even like the fight scene at the end was like really like
Shitty.
it just felt like some like kid like slamming his action figures together.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got. Just like fucking throwing shit around and being like, and then they went over here, and then a thing happened, and then they went over here, and then another
She
thing
cuts his
happened.
arm off.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then they shoot him in the dick.
But you really only see the actual like wound itself, and you don't see like a full shot of the arm coming off, and it's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is that something about this show, I think that if I had watched it when I was in high school and somehow made it to the end, I would have immediately like figured out that I was trans. And I'll tell you why. It's because when they were putting up the mech suits, I would have been like, oh shit, I want a mech suit like that. Oh shit, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Why do I want a
No.
mech suit that is so obviously feminine? Wait a minute. And then I would have like fucking put it together within maybe the span of a week. And then at the end of the week, I would have been drawing a fucking Bubblegum Crush like fan fiction of like
Nice.
fan art of my own like custom suit or something. Yeah, that would have cracked my egg, is what I'm trying to say.
Wow.
Because I was already really into like the whole idea of like mech armor, and like I was already designing my own mech armor, but like I never really found like a style that I liked totally. But this would have done it for me.
Huh.
Anyway, that's what I wanted to say.
Okay.
Is that sometimes you find a piece of media that are like, oh man, if I had seen this when I was younger, things would have happened.
Yeah, I can get that.
Instead,
yeah.
I just spent most of my childhood wanting to like turn into a wolf Digimon.
I spent most of my childhood wanting to turn into like, well, just any kind of robot. I would not have minded. I would not have minded any kind of robot.
I watched X-Men the animated series when I was a child, so I didn't want to turn into anything.
And then you grew up to be Wolverine.
I grew up to be Wolverine. I'm just thinking about that GIF where he slices the turkey with his claw.
Yes, that's you.
That is you. Oh my god.
So, does anyone have any zingers that they have left in their notes?
I liked Pris A because she's named after Pris from Blade Runner, obviously. But
I kept almost mishearing it as piss. Especially since I was primed by that building before we meet her.
She even has Pris's hair, which is weird. But I do like her subplot. That obviously it wasn't going to work out because she had to go back and be part of the band. But I love that it's 1991, and even she knows in 1991 that being an idol is whack. She's just like, what? No, fuck you. Jeez.
I did like that too.
Hire a new agent.
I liked how her agent had literally a 3-face.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the pervy kitty man.
He was just like, whoa.
Yeah. And they will go back to my place, and I was like, fuck you.
And everybody's just like, fuck you. And and the writer's just like, succeeded.
So strange. Strange the differences between the dub. Well, I'll get into it in a second, but do you guys have more stuff that you want to say? Joey, you got anything?
I have a thing which was I kept like being like, let the girls do things. Like
for real.
Yeah, right? Oh my god.
Too much of the episode that was like not letting the girls do like I want to know more about their characters. I don't give a shit about like the police. I don't give a shit about the fucking robo cyborg guy with whatever his backstory. I don't give a shit. I want the girls. And they did not give me enough of the girls' content, and that's what I have to say about that.
You took that right out of my mouth, Joey. Like a young baby bird getting fed by their mama. And they should have had more girls than that. I don't give a shit about the police. I want the girls. Yeah. So I thought what was very funny to me was they kept calling that one. So there's 4 girls in their trio. I wrote down here Night Sabers is the name of their polycule.
I love it.
And so I wrote that I noticed that there were like 4 characters. One was like the mysterious, like she was probably older than them, I think.
The boss
I got that
character?
vibe. Like
Cilia?
the boss character. Yeah, Cilia is like the boss character, and that's all you need to know is she's the boss. And then there's what's her name? Pris, the
rock girl.
Pris, and she's the rocker girl. And who's the other girl who's like obsessed with money? I forgot her name.
That's Lena.
And what's the last girl?
And the pink, like airhead pink girl was Nene.
Yeah, and Nene.
Damn. Watch me whip.
Stop.
It just hit me what that name means now. So Nene, they kept calling her Little Miss Cyberpunk, but I couldn't understand why. Like, what about her in particular is cyberpunk?
I think she's the most like obsessed with the robots.
Maybe, but I didn't like. Oh, I think maybe she might be a hacker because she like hacked into the NATO database to like
Oh,
learn
that's
more
true.
information.
I
about
can't
the
believe
dudes.
I've been muted this whole time because I was just like, she's the hacker, you dork.
Oh no.
Oh no, Megs.
I was getting,
Magpie.
I was starting to get real mad at Black. Like, I'm just like, stop talking over me.
No,
I'll
Magpie.
crush you, damn it.
Magpie, you just reenacted someone like yelling at their television.
But anyway, the thing I was trying to get out that whole time was this show's biggest failing was not showing you enough of the only characters who are even vaguely charming.
Yes,
Exactly.
extremely.
Like,
Exactly.
like they need to cut out most of the police stuff, and I don't know, have those characters.
They need to get rid of the police.
Well, have those
Yeah.
characters like slowly come in as background characters and maybe earn
Yeah.
their spots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, instead of
Cut
being
out
like
the police. Show me more girls. And
extremely.
that's basically all I have to say. It felt like it took so long to meet our actual main characters and like realize that they were the main characters that I had like kind of already checked out by the time anything cool started happening.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is like I said, this could have been 20 minutes and would have been better for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell, you didn't even have to cut the content. You could just, cut it up into 3 episodes.
Yeah, just to remove the police. One thing I thought was very weird was, did you notice that they were like, after they had that big feast, they went to the sauna and continued talking and looking at blueprints of mechs?
Yeah.
It's like, why are they in the sauna?
That's the dream, is to be able to discuss my mercenary business and look at mecha blueprints in an onsen.
Truly.
Hanging out in the sauna. Hanging out with the sauna with my gal pals.
Listen, Blackle, if you could, wouldn't you?
If
you could,
Yeah, maybe.
maybe. Fair enough.
I don't know. I don't like being sweaty around people.
That's understandable.
I
What
think
if
it's
you were
just
completely
mainly
submerged in water?
Like a hot spring.
Isn't that just a bath then?
No, I was thinking more like a scuba.
Oh.
This is really getting away from me. Let's just go back to the end.
Are you imagining me? Are you imagining me being completely underwater with a bunch of people like somehow above me, all sweating? Because this sounds like a very weird setup for a very weird type of deal, which I would only see on the very seediest parts of the internet. I don't think I want to go there right now.
You're engineering
And
some
they're
sort
called
of
the aristocrats.
engineering some sort of hot springs episode here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I threw my notes away. Emma, tell us about the dub.
Okay. So I'm trying to decide what the wildest thing was. The voice acting of the police guy at the very beginning, who's like trying to get the bank robbers to stop robbing the bank, is like really crazy because he goes like, "All right, have it your way. If you don't come out, we'll come and get you." And then and then when he raises the megaphone, he just lets out this like throat-ripping scream like, "One!" And it's like it scared me. I jumped.
Emma, I need you to send me a link to what you watched because I kind of want to watch it now.
Okay. The police chief sounded like a little baby, even though he was an old man. He had a little voice that sounded like this.
Oh,
Gee, I'll have to talk to the mayor, and if I go to the mayor, then they'll get mad at me.
Did
this
anyone
is what
notice
he
how in
said.
the Did anyone notice how in the sub the dude was saying like the police chief was saying he had to go talk to the diet?
Yeah, he was talking
What's
about.
that?
No, he's
What
talking
does
about.
that mean?
He's talking about Japanese Congress.
Is that the diet?
Yeah,
Is
it's the
Japanese Congress? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what Shinzo Abe supposedly has to go talk to when he makes decisions.
The diet. That's so fucking weird.
Yeah, it's a big brain in a jar somewhere. The cop, when the mean cop spat out the coffee grounds, he made a Godzilla sound. I thought that I thought every woman that I heard in this episode was Veronica Taylor, the voice of Ash Ketchum, and it turned out none of them were. They just all sounded like that back then. There was a really like badly mixed in all of the eating scenes. The Foley for the eating was like really badly mixed, so it was just like way louder than the music and everything else, and it was just this like just loud, open mouth, lip smacking, tongue moving, chomping, just like
This is incredible.
for like a single second of sound, and I was like, "Who did this? Why?"
This is incredible. It sounds like an art house cut of this anime.
It really was, but I think, like I
Andy
said,
Warhol presents AD, please.
God, the Velvet Underground presents. I was very glad, like I said before, that they didn't try to translate the song and then make the not Veronica Taylor lady sing their bad English lyrics. But the craziest thing after hearing you guys is the manager. You guys said he was like a pervert?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
They made him like offensively gay in the English.
Wow,
dub.
really?
I
like,
mean, he did act like that in the Japanese too, but then he was trying to hit on the girls, so like.
Well, he was acting like
it was
he was acting like a stereotypical like Japanese anime pervert, where he's just like, woo, you know.
they made this clearly not gay voice actor do just like just the biggest rainbow
Oh my god.
homo voice I've maybe ever
Oh my
heard.
lord.
And
Did he hit on the girl?
No,
What?
he just talked about going shopping with her and stuff.
That is a weird character decision. What's going on?
Yeah.
Because
We watched a totally different show because of this.
yeah. Wow, we watched. This is a dual episode rule.
We're breaking so many barriers. Let's go watch episode 2 of Juden-chan next.
I would literally have an aneurysm and die. That would be like my self-destruct
We can't go
sequence.
back.
You'd be too happy. You'd get lost in the Lotus machine.
How about you, bastard?
Wow, that's incredible. Like full character changes at this point, because like the cop guy
Yeah.
for Hearts was fine. It was just like, oh, coffee grounds, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, folks, back before anime dubbing was, I declared that it was before anime dubbing was good, but I think maybe it's just before anime dubbing was standardized. Localization did just like crazy stuff and would like totally change like characters and stuff like that. This I think is the craziest because it's like, why? What motivated this?
To what end?
Maybe it's because they got gay vibes from him and didn't like pay attention to what he exactly was saying, and then just
Maybe
fucking
it
went
just-
for it.
Like, because it wasn't any less offensive than your standard anime pervert. It was just,
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
just
no.
like differently offensive,
it was just like differently bad to hear.
and it assaulted a different set of.
It was
So-
equinegative.
Equinegative. That's a good take.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
Well, that's wild. Here's the question: Is anyone gonna watch any more of this show?
Fuck no.
Okay.
I said that
Here's the
about
thing.
AD Police.
Here's
Yeah, but
my
AD
thing.
Police was like offensively bad in that like it had no fun parts.
This is true, and it was actually in an entirely different style, which I find particularly odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, AD Police was super gritty, and this was like some weird kind of like. This was like not gritty that much.
This is all the main characters had the same like 80s tough girl anime thing going on, where they're just like,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever, I'll give you a noogie.
What were you gonna say, Joey?
No, my thing was that, like I said, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is only 3 episodes. If this was only 3 episodes and they were like 20 minutes each, sure, I'd watch more of this. I'd probably finish it, just because it's not that like long.
Bite sized.
The 3 episodes at 45 minutes each is way too
That's-
much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And,
That's a whole Lord of the Rings.
There was a lot of of stuff in this that like I zoned out really hard in a lot of
Really
parts
bad.
of this because I was
I
like,
got up, I started like cleaning my hairbrush and like I went back and I washed Blackle's garlic press.
like when yeah, again, when the intro, the like first part where they were explaining all of the backstory, I was like, I did not catch any of that.
Yeah, me
None of
too.
it. I was trying. I couldn't. Anyhow.
Somehow I
now-
stayed with it and
Sorry.
didn't zone out. I don't know how.
Oh.
And I don't know. This is weird, but I might watch the next episode. Because I did really like the mechas, and I might draw my own mecha at some point. I am trash garbage, but I'm okay with that.
You're
I do have to
valid.
remark that we are coming at the Bubblegum Crisis IP in the most ass-backward, stupid way possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't.
Like we've rigged it so that there is no possible way for most of us to enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean,
we don't do things any other way than wrong on this show.
What is the standard like critical path of fucking Bubblegum Crisis supposed to be? Like what is
I assume
What
you
is this,
start with the first one.
Yeah, you have to start with Iron Man, and then like you don't really have to watch the Incredible Hulk because they recast him. But
God.
thank
Wait,
you.
so here's the weird. So there's 80 Police. There's this
Uh-huh.
thing, Bubblegum
There's
Crash.
Bubblegum Crash, but there's Bubblegum Crisis, which is a whole 8 episodes before
Yeah.
this.
But what happens in that?
That is about the Nightsabers like getting together for
Oh.
the first time.
Okay, that's really weird.
And then this series is a follow-up where they get back together.
Yeah.
why
Yeah,
does
and then-
why does my library have those two
Your
and not the
library
original?
has the second thing and not the first thing.
Yeah,
This is
and
so
then
weird.
Oh
80
wow!
Police fits in there somewhere.
This is so fucking confusing.
And then there's an 80 Police to Protect and Serve, which is a 12-episode television show.
yeah.
Is 80
Jesus
Police a
Christ.
spin-off? Or
And then-
did 80
Oh my
Police
God.
come
Oh,
first?
and then there's Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, a 26-episode anime television series.
Hello?
which is a
Joey,
reboot.
Joey, I think Bubblegum Crisis is the first one.
Yeah.
And then 80
Okay.
Police Files was like a spin-off that was inspired, I guess, by the 80 Police in the background. And then there's also Parasite Dolls, I think.
Oh my god.
It's a
This is
thing.
so
It's a
weird.
big,
Yeah.
Here.
big IP. You know,
Okay.
since we're not going to watch any more of this, I do want to point out that the second episode contains a main character called Dr. Yuri, which seems pretty on the nose.
Fucking hell.
Me.
I'm just okay. So I think I am resigned to my watching the next episode, but I am fucking terrified of like seeing some heinous shit. Because I feel like I don't totally trust this anime yet.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, why would
Because you know how in AD Police they were like, shoot me all up in my body.
Yeah.
And, like,
Uh-huh.
I'm scared of something really fucked up like that happening, and man, I'm gonna have to save this one for when I'm like emotionally capable.
You're totally justified. I can hang around for that. You know, I'll provide emotional support. I'll get real drunk and watch it with you.
God. I would appreciate that, Magpie,
Oh,
but don't go to your way to save me from myself.
By the way, the first line for the description of episode 3: a virus mysteriously infects all boomers, making them go rogue.
Oh
Oh my god.
Ah.
Conservatism.
no. Is it called Fox News?
Do we
Uh-oh.
have anything else to say before we put this one to bed and
Kiss it on its forehead and say goodnight.
kiss it on
see you
its
tomorrow.
forehead and then unplug the machine?
Tuck it in.
Throw the first handful of dirt on top of it.
Yeah.
God.
Place these over her eyes.
It'll help her get through the river Styx in the afterlife.
This show didn't have much, but it did have strong character design.
True.
Yeah,
And good music.
that's why
Blackle, please don't make us watch more bubblegum related
I'm
content.
not
in
going.
the future.
Listen, I'm gonna try not to.
I'm
I don't
scared
think there's
now.
anything left in the fucking like library list.
I'll watch it, you cowards.
But I don't
I
like
can't,
it.
I can't.
This is great. It's a return to form. submerge ourselves in the garbage once again.
Sure. You have enjoy it.
It's the same flavor of garbage.
I need it. I need it to.
I
need the trash to live.
I need new and powerful garbage.
Yeah, you need to diversify.
You need to have your
garbage.
senses assaulted in new and novel ways.
Yeah.
Oh,
Speaking
man.
of having your senses assaulted in new and novel ways, I think you should check the emails.
Oh yeah, I'll try that.
because I
That was a good
believe we have
segue,
some
Emma. Or not Emma.
recommendations. Thank
Oh,
you.
Joey. I just called Joey Emma.
Well,
Okay.
it's okay.
I love you
zoned out.
both
I was thinking
equally.
about Ninja again.
I love you both equally. That's why I got confused.
Wait, you were thinking about
Aw.
Ninja? That guy who can't make a sandwich?
No, I was thinking about Naruto.
Oh.
Oh,
I was thinking about Rembrandt and Naruto.
I was
like, thinking about my
watching this
Wat-
episode, and I was like, I can't believe this. You know what else I can't believe is how many episodes of Naruto I've seen now.
Fuck.
Do you want to tell us about some Naruto?
How
I
much-
actually would like to tell y'all about Naruto.
I'd love to hear it.
Since the last time we've talked, I have watched an additional 50 episodes.
Hang
Jesus
on.
Christ!
Holy
No,
fuck.
hang on, Joey. What the fuck? You watched 12 episodes in a day, and now it hasn't been that long, and you watched 50 fucking episodes of it, Joey.
That's too much Naruto.
Do you know how bored you get when you sit in a room for 8 hours doing nothing but laundry all day long? You need something to occupy your brain, even if it's dumb stuff.
All right. All right. Listen, I can't stop you from doing it. You already did it. But what I can
Has anybody noticed that you're watching Naruto and asked you about it?
People have made comments. One of my coworkers did say Kakashi was hot, and I was like, you are so valid and correct.
It's true.
No one else has really said anything. No one else really cares. It's fine.
Anyway, I'm just going to ask you to keep your summary of these 50 episodes short
I'm
enough
gonna keep
that
it-
I can cut it into the episode.
I'm gonna keep it pretty brief. They fought some mirrors. Kakashi punched a child to death.
Yes.
Some evil ninja man died. It was very sad. There was a
Fuck
new
you,
arc where
Zabuza.
they did some ninja. They did some more ninja school and ninja tests. We finally meet Orochimaru, the evil snake man. Naruto gets bored by a snake, very graphically.
Yep.
Sasuke gets poisoned. They do some battles with each other.
Not to interrupt, Joey. I often
Sure.
yell on this show about how vor is only applicable in a sexual context, and otherwise it's called cannibalism. This was vor, folks.
100% was vor. Like
It was regular vor.
Extremely graphic, and
Gee whiz.
God, I can't. Anyhow,
How does that even
I'm
happen?
Sorry, I just had to get in on
tell you about
Orochimaru
it
for a
later.
sec.
So yeah, he does poison Sasuke. That's okay. They get through their training. They have to do some more battles. Yada yada. They get through it. There's going to be another big test distantly in the future. So Naruto goes to train, and he meets a new man to train with, and he's horrifying. The positives.
He's the manager
liked-
from this show.
This was all a very, very brief and vague description of the 50 fucking episodes that I watched. I'm gonna give you one positive and one negative. The positive, Rock Lee is my son. I love him.
Everybody likes Rock Lee, except for when Rock Lee just gets, like, his whole story arc gets nullified in a couple of
No!
different ways.
He's a good
Love.
boy, and I love him.
I love Rock
and I
Lee.
don't care. The negative is the last episode that I watched today. It had the most upsetting line I've possibly heard in any anime.
I'm so ready for this.
One of the characters looks
better
at
be strong.
Naruto and says, "You have a tight, sexy little body."
That's pretty bad.
Oh my god!
That's pretty rough. Like, even considering what we bring here and show to the public.
This was a 50-year-old man.
And this is
I
Naruto
don't
we're
like
talking
this.
about.
Wait, did Jiraiya say that to him?
Jiraiya said that. It was upsetting.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not the kind of filler I expected. Anyway, we have an email.
We have an email?
We have an email from a. I don't see what they would like to be credited with, so I'm gonna call them by the name that's on their thing. From a Tyler D.
Okay.
Oh,
Thought
shit.
of a bunch of anime I thought might be good.
Durden?
Yes, it's from Tyler Durden.
It's from Tyler Durden.
But
It's from
Tyler
holy
Durden
shit, Tyler
watches our
Durden. Hi.
Tyler
Ah.
Durden watches our anime podcast.
I've put stars next to the ones I think are either exceptionally good or exceptionally awful. Have fun finding out which is which. Well, unfortunately for you, Tyler D, I have an extreme level of precognition, and I can tell which ones are bad from here, and they will be appearing on the show.
Hell yes.
And I
Thank
will
you.
edit out the good ones because that's not what we do here. There's a
Oh,
lot
man.
here. I can't read them all, and that
Yeah.
would defeat the purpose anyway.
We can't read these all. I have seen some of them, and I've really. Oh
Hey.
man.
Add them to the doc, please. Anyway, thank you very much, Tyler D, for contacting.
Thank you, Tyler.
If any of the rest of you hooligans would like to send us an email with your recommendations, criticisms, or just word salad, you can send them to oneepisodecast@gmail.com. Blacko, you want to take that? Is that with a one? The letter one?
It's the word.
It's the
Blackwell,
word.
are you still there?
One is not a
Uh-oh.
letter.
I was really hoping no one would say anything.
I think we lost. I think Blackle.
I think
Black'll perish.
Black'll might be
Can you
sick.
Blackle.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
My computer straight up like crashed.
Oh.
Like completely.
Oh no.
Well,
Uh-oh.
And
we'll
I'm
fill
on the
you
phone.
in. We'll fill you in with the post-show wrap-up.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got you.
You can also follow our hilarious Twitter at a very similar name.
It's at.
Will you-
It's at. We're on Twitter at One Episode Cast. That's the word, not the number.
How do I successfully forget every time? I'm very old. That's why. I'm the boomer, and they've stolen my AI.
Oh,
Magpie, you and what's the name of the guy who got
Well,
Oh.
there she goes.
forward?
Blackles.
There she goes again.
Hello?
hello.
No,
You're very small, Blackle.
you are very small right now.
Am I better now?
Well,
Well, that's-
everybody, the boomers have sabotaged our
Finally.
podcast.
Finally finished this off. So take it easy, I guess.
We hope you had
Yeah.
fun. Bye.
Stay thirsty.